Hi, my name's MJ. I'm a trans man. I started my medical transition about 10 years ago. I have a biological son. This is us when he was first born. I transitioned when my son was very young. He's older now. He's almost a teenager. So I thought I'd answer some common questions. The number one question I always get asked is, what does your son call you? And that's MJ. But it used to be mom, even back during this time. Like I said, I transitioned when my son was very young, and honestly, he doesn't really remember me before. So it's not like he called me mom back then and then just kind of, carried it over. My son actually didn't speak verbally until about like 5 years old. And at that point, he just started calling me what everybody else called me, which was his mom. His dad referred to me as his mom, my parents did, so that's what he naturally picked up on. And like I said, my son was non-speaking for so long. So when he started talking, I was ecstatic he was calling me anything. But also, I would never feel right with my son calling me dad, because he had a biological dad in his life. He's since passed away. He's not my favorite person, but that was his role. I don't feel right overstepping that. Since then, my now husband has raised him since he was 5, so over half his life. So he's chosen himself to call, like, my husband dad, which is totally fine, but that is not a title that I want at all. As he's gotten older, he's just started calling me MJ. I think, just because he's more aware of like social norms and stuff like that. I think it's very conscientious and respectful, and I don't like, feel bad that he doesn't call me mom anymore. I think he's just growing up to be an awesome person who cares about others' feelings and who wants people to like feel as safe as possible. And I think that's awesome. And of course, people are curious, like, how my transition has impacted him, like how he reacted to it. I always say, as long as kids have a home that is safe, that is reliable, that is empathetic, everything else really doesn't matter. Adults are the only ones who like pick apart things and make things like a huge issue when it really isn't. Me being trans has never put a strain on our relationship. It has not impacted his ability to thrive. He does fantastic, like academically, socially. Bridging off of that, people ask me if my son gets bullied because I'm trans. To my knowledge, I don't think so. He has tons of awesome friends at school. Like, we couldn't have a better support system, honestly. I did ask him one time a long time ago, though. I was like, hey, has anyone ever, like, bullied you because I'm transgender? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, do you want me to, like, dial it back on social media, not discuss it as much? And he's like, no, I think you should make a Discord. So if he ever has been, he just does not care. And I'm proud of that. Like, I raised a kid who's very confident, and he's very unbothered by things that are true, that are just facts. Like, if somebody ever did come up to him and was like, oh, your mom's transgender, huh? He would probably be like, yes. Like,